Hi, everybody. This is Holland Martin. Thanks for joining me today. And today I have a special guest today is LPSA quarterback coach Kevin Davis. Kevin, thanks for visiting me.
What's up, Martin? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Now, here recently, you guys competed down in Florida for the national championship against MTI, Bison.
Yes, yeah.
How did that go?
Man, pretty much our defense came in early and set the tone. Our defense, we got the number one defense in the nation, and they proved that this Sunday night. And they came in and set the tone early for us and kind of gave us some momentum, and everything went up from there.
That is true. Now, I've kind of been watching you guys train and work out all year, and you got some pretty good, strong kids. But that national championship game, I thought it was just a great competitive, hard-hitting game, like you said, with the defense, but also the offense. The quarterback, Skinner, thought he made some good plays with his hands, even with his feet. And your running backs, your two big running backs, made some good plays. One ended up in a long run. It kind of sealed the game, I thought, there in the second half. But kind of talk about that game. And early on, it was kind of back and forth, 0-0. And then you guys were able to get 6 points on the board and just kind of roll from there.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, actually, Matthew Young is the running back that closed the game out on that long run. And Boogie, Big Bug, what we call him, he kind of helped us out too on that score in the fourth quarter. So those two running backs, they helped us out. This year, that last game was actually the most points we put up. So this year, offensively, so we were rolling on both ends.
Yeah, so. Seemingly getting better. Now, 21, is that Bug is who you're talking about?
Yeah, that's Big Bug.
Now, I thought he took a big shot to the hip going out of bounds, and number 22 came in there, and I like his pounding Mike Allstott, Taysom Hill just type pounds you in the ground, and he busted on the big one. Looked like he came up a little bit limp at the end, but it's just the energy of that was pretty great. Also, I thought too, MTI, their the center quarterback exchange really played into your defense's hands. And we'll take it, we'll get what the O or D take gives us. But initially starting out with that, let's go back a little bit and start from the beginning. Just tell us a little bit about Kevin Davis, what neighborhood you grew up in, what middle school you attended, and some of those sports that you first started. And let's get to know you a little bit better.
All right, so I grew up behind Walmart. I went to McCullough Middle School, and I started playing football when I was about 8 years old, and I started playing with the older kids.
Okay.
And so,
did they have a boys club league back then?
Yep. So the league that I played in was the Justice League. So that's where I started at. I started out of Justice, and then it transitioned to the boys club. And then we were playing out at McCullough. So that was always some good games out there.
Oh, yeah.
Every morning.
I known you for a long time, and I got my start in coaching at the boys club, Pals Club, YMCA, stuff like that. And it's just great and rewarding to see you finally grow up as a player, and college graduate, and now national championship coach. Put those things on your resume more and more and more and more and more. Great to see your growth, man. I'm so proud of you. But now tell us about, were there any other sports besides football that you played? Did you run track, basketball?
Yep. So, I played basketball up until sophomore year of high school. I ran track I started running track from 6th grade until senior year of high school.
Okay.
And, I played baseball. I pretty much
did it all.
I did it all.
And you are a pretty big, strong athlete, I tell you, man. You are the real deal. And like I said, I got to meet you, I think, your sophomore year of high school, I think, in the therapy setting. And I just love, like I said, I know I've been around it a long time, and you're a grown man now, and I've known you since 15. So, but what about the high school? As you moved on from the middle school, you guys had Randy C. High. Was that your?
So I came in with Randy C. High. He was my head coach for all 4 years. Freshman year, I started varsity outside linebacker, and I was a JV quarterback. So when I split time between varsity and JV freshman year.
Who was the varsity starting quarterback back then?
The starting varsity quarterback was split between Brandon Stace and Thomas Barnes.
Okay, yeah, I remember that era. I remember the Barnes era. Yeah, but you know what? That was a good transition, because once you guys got in there with that, so I remember about that C-High game, had the old black things on. You couldn't find the ball till it was down there.
No, sir.
And everybody looking around, and boom, Shannon Fauci on somebody over, or was it Betts? Did you have Betts too? These studs, man. I really like that team. What I most remember about that high school team, Kevin, is that hot day, NCC day at Ball State. Go back to that a little bit. Actually, it's on YouTube. I watched it a little bit. I think earlier this year I watched that on YouTube. But talk about that, man.
Yeah, man, that was I think the turf that day was like 110 degrees. It was like our second game of the year in August. Showdown against Newcastle senior year, and I think we put up 35 on them before the half.
It was nice. It was nice. You guys had Spurgeon too. Shout out to Kevin.
Yes, sir. And, Spud, Devin Spurgeon, Marcus Marble.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shout out to Marcus. He's now ascended as well. He's a defensive back coach with the Arsenal Tech Titans. Shout out to Marcus.
Wide receivers now, coach. So yeah, he's coaching wide receivers.
Oh, wide receivers now. Hey, let's move up.
Yes, sir.
But I love that growth out of you guys. And you guys didn't win very much though, did you?
So junior year was probably the best year that we had coming out. We were kicking butt. We were number one. We had the number one offense in the state of Indiana with rushing and passing, and we ran T. So, and then that game against Kokomo, that was probably my favorite game when we went overtime for the NCC championship.
Yes.
Yep. So I know you remember that game.
You can't. Oh man, those days. Now this is before turf. Now. Yep. You guys played right before they put that turf in there.
Yes, sir.
But we used to practice out back, and it was nasty, muddy, and
it was
that divot over there by Hartson Kennedy, boy, you better watch it.
Yep, it was concrete over there back there.
Yeah, it'll get you. And back when I played, my head coaches, and when I moved here, I was a second string linebacker, but I was JV mainly. And my head coaches were Dwayne Andrew, used to be the wrestling coach, and Coach Davis, which is Terrence and Emmanuel's father.
Okay.
But actually, he was the first black coach. Him and Nukes were the first two black coaches I've ever seen in my life. Because in New Jersey, where I'm from, it was, just all different. I come over here and I'm like, man, they got, and then so on JV they would have us running those hills and stuff behind Hartson Kennedy. And I always remember those times of doing box jumps. But talk about a little bit more of your high school experience as far as bus rides, things you may have kept under you always wanted to express, or
Well, I can't really talk about everything, but we had some fun times, man. Bus rides, roasting on each other. And
that's mandatory.
So yeah, man, we were close. We were very close, and like right now today, we are all very close. We are all close still to this day. So.
And it should be like that, as you guys come up together and grow together, become men, raise families and things like that. Should be able to reconnect during a football game or a bar and grill and then have some food and things and be able to talk games like we're doing.
Yep. So
yep. It's definitely a beautiful thing. All right, so let's get away from the high school setting. How did you go to college right after high school?
So yeah, right after high school, I actually what deterred me away from going to play at Purdue is I injured myself. I was running ankle leg in the 4x1 at regionals, and my quad muscle exploded. So I verbally committed to Purdue to play quarterback a few weeks prior to running in regionals. So yeah, it was all like a shock. But yeah, after high school, I went up to Trine. I had lost all my other offers, but I went up to Trine University, and then I spent a year there. I kind of didn't like it because I wasn't playing. I was like, I'm not ever playing football, and 23.
That's tough.
You know, that's kind of tough for an 18-year-old to face. So then my parents, they had moved down to Texas, so they currently moved down to Dallas, Texas, and down there right now. And so I moved down there, and then I went to Baylor University for a little bit.
Okay.
I got some experience around those guys and around
major college.
Yes,
major
sir.
college. Was this the RG3 era?
No, this is the Art Browse era. So yeah,
okay.
Corey Coleman.
Yes.
So, yes, sir.
Okay.
Then I transferred back to Ball State. So when I went to Ball State, I originally started to major in athletic training, and then they took athletic training away as a major, so I had to find another major. So I looked into some things, and I found sport administration.
Okay.
And with sport administration, that's more of the business side of the sports world. So right now, with the degree that I have, I'm qualified to get over like 70 different jobs within the sport world, like sport ball, sports psychology, like athletic director, and just like facility.
Sky's the limit.
Or yes, for sure, man. And if you like look at the different positions within, like not only like within the NFL, the NBA, NHL, MLB, there's all type of positions within the sports world that you can work with.
Yes.
So what I did is I got my degree in sports administration, and then I double minor in coaching and management.
Okay.
So yeah, so what I did was with coaching, I love coaching, man. I was coaching basketball. I was the head track coach at Delville for 3 years.
Okay.
So I was the head track coach at Delville Middle School for 3 years. And just this past spring, I had a couple kids qualify for middle school state.
Okay. How was that down there in that community in the Muncie area?
Oh, yeah. In the Muncie area, they show a lot of love down there.
Show a lot of love? Okay.
I can say that I'm probably one of the first few Black head coaches to ever be within that community. So, and I do it pretty well. So,
and that's how it should be. It shouldn't be they this, they that. It should be exactly how you said. Open you with open arms, show the merit of your work, and then we go from there. That's beautiful stuff. So talk about this, let's touch back. What was the driving force to bring you back to Marion from Baylor?
So I had Baylor actually had got the death penalty, so I didn't want no parts of that. So I had transferred back up to Ball State.
Yeah, they had a basketball player kill another player down there too. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
a lot of different things going on down there, man. It's just
crazy down there in the DM.
The Wild Wild West. So yep.
Literally.
Yeah. But I transferred back to Ball State. I walked on to Ball State's football team for a little bit, and then I was let go because of my age. So they're like, okay.
How's that work?
So like pretty much like I was 23, so they want it's like 18, like
18, 19.
Yeah. So you're basically a liability. So
yeah,
they'll let you go. So
did they pull you in the office and tell you that?
No, just basically gave me a phone call and told me that. So yeah. So
that's
it's a business. At the end of the day, you gotta understand that. So that's what drove me to coaching. So
Yes.
I actually started coaching, and then I started doing sports performance enhancement training as well side. And then I got a hold of one of my professors. He was the strength and conditioning coach for the baseball team.
Okay.
So he drove me into a position to where I was the assistant strength and conditioning coach for the Ball State baseball team as well.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yep. And so, I was doing that, and then I got some connections and networking with those guys and baseball. And so, like I branched off of that, and then I created my own brand. So my own brand is Iconic Legends.
Okay.
Which I got it on right now.
Yeah. When we wrap up, we'll get the info on that. How we can contact you to get some of your gear and merch.
Yep, I got my own website and everything for it.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. Yeah, we'll definitely get that info out. And so still growing. Let's touch on this. Can you talk about, and maybe especially to some of the young kids here, and even on the LPSA team, the mental discipline coming back than it was leaving trying. You know what I mean? There's mental discipline that you have to get a arc on, and it's not the same senior year, fifth year as it is freshman year.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's a battle. It's definitely a battle. So you gotta kind of strive to work your way to the top. So like initially, like man, I had to teach myself how to walk again. So
yes,
from there. So and then I was, it took a while, but I wasn't too worried about being let go or whatever. God had a plan for me. So it's just that you got to keep on pushing. And like I tell my quarterbacks and all my players, it's 90% mental and 10% physical on and off the field. So it's
there you go.
And off the field.
There you go.
So that's basically how I keep striving through, man.
So tell me this. We'll keep it moving forward. How was it? What caused you to maybe leave Daleville and maybe leave some of those positions in Delaware County?
Well, I'm still currently coaching at Daleville. I'll probably be there this spring, still coaching track. But I just wanted to initially like get back to my community. So what my brand stands for Iconic Legends is iconic people making legendary moves within their community. So that's what I wanted to do.
I think that's what we're on now. Let's touch a little bit on popular culture type things. So what's your favorite type of music? What do you like to listen to? Some of your artists, some of your hobbies. What makes you tick?
So basically, man, like I said, just being around the kids, man, and just taking to them. Like I like to listen, man. I listen and I take to eat.
And you know what? We become father figures. Like I said, I'm in my 13th, 14th year total coaching, and you hear some stuff, and then you become a therapist almost, uncle. Here $2. Go to Burger King, get you something to eat, or hey man, don't say that. Hey, watch where you at, or you know what I mean. There's always a you know what I'm talking about. There's always a teaching moment to those young minds.
Always a coach.
Yes, always a coach, man. And it's a beautiful thing. That's why I know you're meant to do this, and I'm meant to do this as well. So now let's go into this. How did you get linked up with Coach Funches in the group and initially get on board at LPSA?
So I had just graduated and I was just looking for something to do, man. And actually, I don't know if you know Trio.
Yeah, one of the coaches.
Yep, Coach Trio.
Yes.
I'm pretty good friends with him, and he was like, he posted something about Liberty, and I was like, Liberty?
What's that?
Yeah, what's that? I was like, what's that? He was like, Liberty in Marion. I was like, Marion?
I got to be a part of it.
Indiana? Sign me up. So, that's pretty much how I linked back up with Function. I had already knew Funches. So, I had all on the staff.
He's a good Christian man, and he loves football. You know, I was able to, as when he was defensive coordinator at Marion, him and I was linebacker coach with him, and we were able to coach together. It was some tough times. And we went, 0-30. We had to forfeit that Madison Grant game or whatever. But always going to have him in my heart. And that's why when I heard about this, I initially did an interview with him as well, and to get the people to get to see what he has to offer. And it's good to see during the course of this year, through the ups and downs. I know there's been some ups and downs, but the unit, the team, the brotherhood, the family, man, football. Man, I want to keep it professional, but I get superhuman about football, bro.
Yeah, man. It's. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We bumped heads on the sideline, but
it's part of it. You're the quarterback. It's part of it, bro. I'm in the booth.
Yeah,
bro. I'm in the booth, man, with the headsets on. So we're calling field boundary, string, shade 5, this, that, and the other. Is he cheating down? Is he,
It's more to it than people understand, man. It's so much.
The best thing that ever happened to me. At first, I was like, my energy is down on the field. And you know me, my energy. But then when I got up there, I was like, oh, you know what? We dictate the game up here.
Yes, sir, you do.
It's getting to be playing video game with live people. They playing chess with people. They go what we see down up here. When we up there, they go what we see. So I've been coaching with head coach Coach Bell, which has been like a good male mentor for me personally. He's like that uncle that down south. Hey, I'll tell you when you're wrong, and I'm gonna love you when you're right. You know what I mean? Like he's helped me out through some personal things as well. But learning from him has took my coaching knowledge to another level, and it's just getting better, and better and better. And so tell me about your evolution in your first season. I know first you guys won every game besides one toward the end, but initially starting out, were there any offensive, you're getting things in order?
Yeah, we've had to tweak, a lot of different things like formation. Initially, like we were going to run a pistol, we had to tweak that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we made adjustments to where that made our players comfortable. How to use them to the best.
Play to your strengths, know your personnel, things of that nature.
Know your personnel. Like first thing first, we're out here playing chess, not checking.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta know what you're doing. So yes, sir. So you gotta know your personnel and what each player is capable of doing and what they can and cannot do.
Now, what type of offense did you guys run mainly? Spread?
A lot of the times we kind of ran a spread, or we'll go heavy with the tight ends, with the spread. So that's pretty much like what we did. And
watching you guys, I'm sorry to cut you off, but watching you guys over the year, I mean, culminating in that final game down in Florida, crisp, very crisp, very big, strong offensive line, nasty guards, that quarterback, kind of maybe touch on that. You guys went through a quarterback or so during the course of the season, but everything worked out at the end. And I thought Skinner really played a great game in the national championship game.
Yeah, Skinner really stepped up for us in the national championship game. He had some injuries in the conference game prior to, and dealing with a shoulder injury and just these little nagging injuries, man, over the course of time. Yes. And then lost a good backup in Issa Tachari. Lost another quarterback to some other situations, but we ended up with one quarterback, but
persevered,
played out. We had
next man up.
Yep, Keith Tunsil also was the backup. So he won us the game up there in Detroit. So with the QB draw and the overtime win, so we were ready.
Yeah. Now let's go through the season a little bit. Your initial season. First game, you got that out of the way. Now, second game, you had Doan Prep at Marion High School. How was that? Being back home, being a coach for a college program.
Yeah, man. It didn't hit me until I stepped out there on the field and like really saw it, and it was like, wow, I'm back home.
Yeah, I'm here. And this is big time stuff, you know.
This is the real deal. So
yeah. Man, proud of you, boy. And then it was even better. He called a great game, 20-0. Give me the goose egg. You know what I mean? It's beautiful. First game at home, goose egg, you win. You know, it's beautiful. But then you guys, you on down the schedule. Beat Vision, knock them out. Looking down the schedule. Then I noticed when you guys went to play Franklin, you played that JV as well as the Rose-Hulman JV as well. Now, how did that? What was the talent level?
I mean, you know that's it's the same thing, man. It's pretty much their crispy, disciplined teams.
They're hungry. Those guys are probably hungry.
Yeah, they're way more hungry.
Second and third, yeah.
Yep. So they're way more hungry, and they're looking for an opportunity to get out there on the field. So it's a dogfight.
Yeah, it's a scrap. Yeah, they don't want no.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, it was a dogfight, and so that's what we love. We love that level of competition over here at Liberty Prep. So that was great for us. We needed those games. So
now, is there a handful of plays that you're favored as far as being a coach? You got to know down and distance. Now, is there any one that they was Coach Davis' play?
Man, kind of going trips when we go on trips set and kind of go tempo out of trips and anything.
Field or boundary? Short side, long side? Well, usually trips to the wide side.
Yeah, we do trips to the wide side. So it like I said, it depends, like you said, down the distance and where we are. Like if the ball's on the left hash, right hash, all that matters.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's what's making me a better coach.
Yes, sir. I love running things out of trips, man, and fast-paced tempo.
Yep, route combos and some play action maybe or a wide pop. Just make it happen, baby. Like I know next year you guys are going to be even better as far as getting the eyeballs on the program now, getting more guys from across the country, and as the program continues to grow with sponsorships and there will be some, there's changes in every year in the program. There'll be some changes to adjust to, but still the core of the inaugural season, you guys will be able to build off on.
Yeah.
Sure. But you guys did also won on a forfeit. And was that COVID quarantine related? What was all that about?
So basically, with a lot of teams being a lot of first year programs, money's tight. So they were going to come from Virginia, and we're going to meet at a mutual spot, spot, and everything didn't work out. So on their end, so that's kind of what happened with that.
And those things happen, logistics wise.
Sure, that's what played out, man, and things happen. So,
but the next couple of days, you got a real win, 16-6. Don't give me that. You know what I mean? Great again, great call. And then after that, you guys played beat the Rose-Hulman squad 28-19. Give me 4 tutties in there too. It just sounds like you're gaining momentum. But there was a game in Detroit, and tell me about that game. What happened during your only loss of the season?
Up at DuPage.
Chicago. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, man. DuPage, they play in the NJCAA, man. They're legit. They are the number 3. They were the number 3 team in the nation within the.
Were they that good though?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're the real.
They were that good.
Yeah, they're the real deal, man. So shout out to DuPage, man. They're a real deal. They got a nice program up there in Chicago, man. So they're big.
But honestly, for me, if I had to lose, let me lose toward the end. So we can readjust these last couple of weeks and go into the tournament on all cylinders. And I think you guys did that because you came. I think you guys did go up north, and you came from behind and won 12-6. Can you talk about the resilience of that game and calling that game? How was it calling that game and coming from behind?
So with that game, it was tough, man. all of our quarterbacks were out. We were down to our third string quarterback, and the things were kind of rocky at first. He's from Alabama, so he's not really used to playing in that cold weather like that.
Boy, that hawk come out and get you.
Yeah, so that was a little bit different. So we had to make an adjustment, man. We just like you said, we made an adjustment, and we went with Key Tunsil, and he made it happen for us.
Okay.
So with that being said, like our defense stepped up as always, kept us in the game. So they made their plays. So and then Key came in, man, and just took over and did his thing and
made it happen.
Scored 2 touchdowns out there looking like me on one of them, and I was like, wow,
just running people over.
Yep.
I already know. That's beautiful stuff, man. I love it. And being a coach, when you dictate the win, my call, what I see dictates that win. What my coaches in the headset and what the coverage dictates leads to a win, which is beautiful, especially hard fought.
And it's a collective thing between me and Coach Moore and Coach Tay, and man, it's definitely a collective thing. Like we're going to see different things. Everybody sees different things.
Yes.
Once you bring it together and you break it down and say, okay,
beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing, man. You got it. It's a beautiful thing.
So now you guys are vaulted into a couple of weeks wait. How was that downtime? Not necessarily downtime, because you still practiced and worked out, and I'm sure you still had your studies to do that.
For sure.
How was that couple of weeks in between games?
So with that, I pretty much was like, Funch, we need to give the guys we need to give them a break, man. They need
a break. Let them just,
and, let them go see their family. They needed some mental time. So that out the way, and we got back to work.
Yes.
And when we came back to work, we got back to work, and they were focused, man. It was just
time for business. Yep. We got one game left. Let's focus
ready
and get it done. Yeah.
So yes, sir, they were ready, and we just all had a feeling to where we were like, they're ready. So pretty much, man, that was the energy that they were bringing to the table.
Yeah. So now I've been around you guys since the beginning, and I noticed that you changed from practicing on the grass field to going to practice on the turf field. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
So we got to take advantage of that moment to practice.
Yes, speed, sharpness, crispness. Get on that field.
I actually played a big part in, how I perform down in Florida as well. So.
Yep. Shout out to Marion High School, Wellness Center, all those guys that, like I said, when I interviewed Coach Funches earlier before the season, they said Marion is our campus. You know what I mean? And as people get to know you guys, I've seen a guy working at Hardee's. You recognize some of the cars riding up and down the bypass. Marion is not the biggest city, so you understand. Okay, those are LPSA boys, or those Coach Funches boys. Things like that. And it's the community. Can you talk about how the community has embraced you guys, the team?
So the community has done a great job of embracing us and helping people get jobs and sorts of things, and helping us with donations and just helping us out in general. I know Brookhaven Church has done a lot for us here.
Yes, 38th and Garthwaite.
So, shout out to Brookhaven Church. Shout out to the Wellness Center for sure. They all.
I tried to do all I could to get you guys in there, and I'm glad that it was able to work out this year.
Yes, if we didn't have that, man, we would have been
short. I was watching that game on Sunday, and I was in the national championship game, and I was thinking, you know what? I said, them boys got built at the Wellness Center, boy. Hey, those boys got big at the Wellness Center. I've been there 18 years. I've been lifting there too for 18 years. I know that iron, boy. That iron is different out there.
That iron is different.
Y'all are strong.
Yeah.
Quick. Yeah. I mean, powerful. Because I had watched the MIT game, their conference championship game, and they were passing the ball all over the place. Because I think I mentioned it to you or one of the other coaches. I was watching number 4 is a stud, number 84 is a stud, number 33, the linebacker was a stud. But then when they switched quarterbacks against you guys, they couldn't get any footing, and you guys pounced on that opportunity. I thought this is it. After like the third or fourth bad snap from MIT against you guys, I thought, oh, all we got to do is get one in the books. Then we got one in the books, and then you were able to build like a big run by my man, and another one inside by the other big boy, and it was just beautiful, man. Like, can you just talk about perseverance of going through that game? I'm national championship. This is something they cannot take from you. You got that ring on?
No, I don't got it yet.
Okay.
So, I can't wait to get it. Man, I'm still like, it's like I'm just trying to pinch myself to see if this is real, man.
Yes. It's real.
National championship. So yeah, it's
real.
Trying to figure out if it's real or not, man. Like, so, definitely trying to figure out if it's real or not.
It's traveling all over the country. Well, on the east side of the country, and playing football, seeing a different brand up north, a different brand down south, different athletic differences. It's beautiful. I love the eclectic mix of football.
The differences between like the athletes, man, around it's crazy.
There's guys that can play pro in the JUCO college. Man.
Oh yeah, for sure, without a doubt.
There's let me ask you this: are there any of your players in this inaugural season that are getting looks from 4-year programs or even other programs?
Oh yeah, so like actually when we went down to Southeastern, a lot of guys got offers from B2 schools. So
yes,
we got Jackson Mullins. He plays wide receiver. He's probably gonna get some looks. Bobby,
how big is he? What's his size?
Jackson is probably about 6 foot. He's nice, solid kid, very built. Very dedicated in the locker room. Devin Newcomb, he'll probably get some looks. Greg Brackett, definitely going to get some looks. He had the scoop and score to set the tone.
Oh, yes, that was beautiful. Actually, I had forgot about that. That was the initial score that got the ball rolling. Yeah. And
then we got Ron. He's the other defensive end. And then our stud linebacker, Brandon Barnes. He's definitely going to get some D1 looks because he was tearing up in that 10%.
He's tough, man. He's tough in that middle. He commands the middle. Also, I know Pee-wee got in and out of there as well. I know it was 29, I think 3, and number 0.
Yep, Pee-wee's number 0. So, Pee-wee had a great game.
He did.
Marion. So
that goal line stand, too, let me tell you, bro. See, because this is what happened, and when I'm looking, it looked like the wide receiver rolled over y'all defenders back into the end zone. So I'm thinking, he didn't touch the ground, that's a touchdown. But then the ref said, no, he's down at the 1. So then the defense comes in. It's no fun when you're playing in the end zone as a defense, let me tell you. But somehow, LPSA, Freedmen, they made it happen, bro. They put so much pressure on that quarterback, and it was
he down there.
Amazing. That was it. Kind of hinged on the ref. That could have been a touchdown. It would have been 6-6, or it would have been, down at the 1 like it was, and then the defense stood up. So those are some of the human calls. I know being a high school coach, it always seems like it's 15 against 11 with the refs and the team against us, especially playing for man Giants. It's always, they hate us, and then they would never get the benefit of the doubt. But
so, yeah, man.
That call was pivotal.
Yeah, Coach Tunsil, Coach Trio, Coach Wu, and Coach Funch, they had a tough job on that drive. They did an excellent.
Masterful job. And, Coach Funch is a winner. Now, he was a starting linebacker when Warren Central was winning there on their big run back in the good old days. So, like you said, he's done nothing but win, and he surrounded himself with you, Coach Trio. Coach Moore's been all over, and others to build this thing to what it is, man. I'm so proud of you. Now, let's talk about this. What does the off-season bring as far as schoolwork, fundage, housing, things of that nature? A lot of different things in year two.
Yeah, so pretty much right now, I actually just got a call from a guy, so he's trying to get signed. So I tell him I got to give him a call back.
And you are head of marketing.
Yes, I am the marketing coordinator for the school.
So things we'll have to get your contact information at the end in case there's sponsors, coaches, players that want to happen to see this and want to get a hold of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. But pretty much right now is I'm just getting back in from Florida. Tomorrow I'll probably get on some more recruiting things. I got a couple of recruiting calls to make tonight.
It doesn't stop, especially now.
Especially now because I'm trying to get my guys signed as well.
Yes.
So I'm trying to get all those guys taken care of, making sure they're getting their highlight clips together. So
yes.
It's just nonstop, man. It's a nonstop process on both ends, man.
You guys still use Huddle, don't you? Still Huddle for JUCO?
We use this thing called Quick Cut Pro.
Cut Pro, okay.
That's what we use instead of
okay.
So, but yeah, no, if I'm busy doing that, but definitely trying to get the sponsorship things, endorsements, whatever we can get to help out to try to get that going again, starting up soon too as well. But
yes,
my main focus is getting my guys signed right now, man. To the, I got contact with the IU coach, different.
Yes, I would love to see you guys play one of the local teams, be it Taylor or IWU.
Yeah, no, I would love to do that. So,
and with Coach Funches having that, being a former coach on that staff, I'm sure it could work. I think I was under the understanding that there was possibly a game that could be played on the IU campus, but
we'll see what's up. We'll see how that.
Yeah. I mean, we know where we at.
Yeah.
We know where we at. But so now let's talk about like we're talking about the off season, but the negative side. I'm trying to purse my words a little bit. There's a positive side, but when you're dealing with 19 to 22-year-olds from all over the country, what are some of the negatives?
Oh man, so you got different attitudes clashing. You got different cultures. You really have
cultures literally
clashing against each other, and you got different things happening within
the living. And the minutia of it all.
Yeah, man. It's a lot, man. You got
behind the scenes.
Yep, it's a lot behind the scenes, man. A lot of behind the scenes work. Coach Funch, he gets taken care of, man.
Yes.
And, I know he's probably lost a lot of sleep over some things.
Yes. It's tough. The community, everybody puts their 2 cents in, and well, I heard this and I heard that. I seen this, I seen that.
Say, but unless you hear it from directly from the horse's mouth,
it's all bull.
Yep. Yeah, no, man. We're winning. So
that's it. We winners, baby. Winning cures all. You know what I mean? Now the eyeballs are on you guys in a positive light. These guys can win. I can send my son here for a semester, 2 years to make it happen. I have great facilities at Ivy Tech for our studies. Brookhaven allows a study table, and they got a good basketball thing over there. Guys can vent a little bit. Matter Park, Marion High School, the Wellness Center.
All of the above, man.
All of the above,
Great.
At year 2, like I said, it will be some minor changes, but pretty much I see you guys keep going. I see you guys getting better, keeping a legacy, making a legacy here.
Yeah, we're for year 2. We're definitely going to make some changes. Yeah, we'll definitely keep striving to be great, man.
That's all we can do. Knock down those challenges as they come, and keep moving forward. And then by the time game 1 hits, make it be all about football. You know what I mean? Keep eyes on the program. Yes, sir. Let's talk about. We talked earlier about your
my brand.
Yes,
my brand. Get that out. My brand is Iconic Legends. Check it out at iconiclegendsacademy.com.
Okay.
And, pretty much I got a couple pieces on there, some merchandise. I got some. This is pretty much like an everyday shirt right here that I wear. I got it in assortment of colors. And then I got hoodies, and then I have women's workout gear and t-shirts. So just things like that. It's just pretty much it's just more of a lifestyle, easy wearing gear. You can work out in it, or you can wear it. Either one, whichever you want to do, man. So just go check that out at iconiclegendsacademy.com. And then also I have another big project that I'm working on with Iconic Legends as well. So I'll keep you in tune with that as well. So
okay, sounds good. What about your? Do you have any contact information for any potential recruits?
Prospects, you can contact me at kevin.davis14@gmail.com. Again, that's kevin.davis14@gmail.com. And you can shoot me an email and shoot me your film, and we can go from there.
Sounds perfect, man. Sounds perfect. I'm definitely proud of you, Kevin, as growing into, obviously, this is what we love. You know what I mean? We wouldn't be doing it and putting this much energy and effort into all this if you didn't love it to do it. And I feel that way myself. Some days it gets worse, and there will be next year, hopefully you guys can run the table again, 9-1, 10-1, whatever the case was. But, there may be some seasons where there may not be like it was this year,
Yeah. And then you go back to the drawing board and see what you can do.
All right. Well, we didn't want to keep you too long. Just want to get some of the important stuff out. We got your contact information out. I did want to talk to one thing about your training. Because I do strength and conditioning and personal training as well. And it is my passion. You know what I mean? You really can't talk about too much of that stuff in Marion without my name coming up, which is kind of good. It's kind of good. Kind of bad too sometimes, but it's kind of good. Talk about, when did your love for personal training and physical fitness and those things come?
So that kind of 2015, that kind of happened like out of nowhere, man. I was just actually I was messing with some of the guys at the high school and just told them to meet me in Muncie, and I was going to work out with them.
And there it was.
So that was pretty much it. And it started from there. So
Now that certification is very expensive, like $1,200 now, man.
Yep, very expensive and very hard to get.
I ain't gonna lie, I found a little cheaper one.
Okay.
I mean, no matter if you graduate from Ivy Tech, you graduate from Duke. Hey, you graduated, right?
It don't matter.
You know what I mean? You just know the basics, the 944, the macro, the micro, the the flexion, the extension, the basic stuff. It's common sense, really. If you're physically inclined, then it's kind of common sense. And then, there's still a good study. Like for me, my next is some of the electronic things, some of the things they put on you, all the Fitbits and all the tabulations and the data and the analytics. But it works.
I've hooked up in the pools and stuff. I've seen it.
Yeah. My son does some personal training down in Noblesville, and they're highly advanced. They're more advanced. They do more computer stuff. They'll put you in a 3D model, and they'll do all that other stuff. But whatever works, for me, what makes me happy is I do it all from 8 to 98 and everything in between. But I had a client tell me that since she and I have been training since April, she's lost 60 pounds.
That's the best thing ever.
And that makes me feel good. And just as much as it is training or coaching, I feel good when my clients see success. So I just wanted to add that in because I know you are really big into actually being a college coach and an actual school coach as well. The importance of physical fitness and doing it the right way. For me, I hate kids come down. Well, you know what? Actually, these kids aren't as strong as we were. We come down and put 225 on it. They come down and put 25 on each side and we struggle. I'm like, hold on now. I was in the 1-ton club as a sophomore, 210 times. 200 is their max.
Yeah, 200 is max.
But now you guys, LPSA, grown men. But the ones that we're dealing with now, 9th, 10th, 11th grade, they're not as physically strong. I was 160 bench at 305.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Crazy.
Yeah.
But it's the physical fitness levels, I think, have tanked down as the electronics use has gone up. I was just wanted to say that. So I was talking about that. But
athletic abilities these kids are crazy.
Poop. You got kids like you want to play football. And what do you know about football? I play Madden. No. That prevent defense ain't gonna do nothing for you out here on the field with that 6A school busting you in your mouth. With Lafayette Jeff busting you in your mouth, you know what I mean? With Arsenal Tech running circles around you, But yeah, I love coach talk. Maybe someday I can get you back on and we just talk again. Because what I didn't even talk on, I didn't talk about, which we can if you're still want to be able to talk about it. Vaccines. How's the quarantine? How has going to certain venues, being as a team, being vaccinated? Has that done any? Has that been any? Give you guys any grief this year as a team?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, we had a little problem to where we were had to cancel the game against the team in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say their name. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, against the AL.
That wasn't ALN, huh? Well, we whooped them. Shout out to ALN, man. I know some cats on that team.
So we got some guys from Marion there, but
yeah.
We had to cancel that game because we had a COVID scare.
Yeah.
That was just definitely a big problem. So with that being said, man, we overcame that, and then we really haven't had any other problems with that.
Were there any obstacles as far as being vaccinated or a quarantine status? What else do they call it? That contract tracing and things of that nature?
That was pretty crazy. So like all that was crazy. Like you have to go and get them tested. Everybody has to get tested and all that good stuff, man. And that was like a lot to deal with. Like
crazy.
That was crazy. It was crazy, man. You have to make sure everybody was good.
Yes.
And this person had to be separated from this person, and it was just a lot, So, but we handled it pretty well. We quarantined who we need to quarantine, and got them out of the way, and just
made it work. And again, culminating in the ring is the thing, baby. That's what we do it for. You know what I mean? But then again, like we talked about, it doesn't stop.
Nope.
Now it's recruiting and things of that nature. Also, too, let's touch on, and maybe in a minor way, just very briefly, as far as politicalness, as far as where the world's going, as far as love and hate, and I mean, it seems like man,
it's something new every day to deal with.
Unbelievable, man. And you're still young. You're still in your 20s. I'm in my late 40s, and it I think it's been this worse, but we got all these phones and things that let us know right away.
Like I was just on the plane today talking to this guy, and we were just saying like the social media, it can either kill us or help us. Like it's either
red pill, blue pill, you know.
There's resource or
devil.
Yep. So it doesn't matter how that works. So
you just have to love your fellow man and respect your fellow man. I may not agree with everything you say, but I have to respect you as a man or a woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? Just that common respect. Like for me, looking a man in his eyes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shaking that man with a firm handshake, you know what I mean? Little things that show that common respect. You exactly. know, I may not agree with who you voted for or whatever, or who you're dating, but that common respect. Yeah. But we have the last 4 or 5 years have been shaking the dog's chain, and people that's kind of been in the woodworks is shaking it up. It's crazy. But you know, but the world is changing now, baby. By the time you're my age, hey, baby, it's gonna be a whole different get up.
Yeah, for sure.
It's changing now. That's why they're going crazy.
I'm actually kind of scared, man, to see what the future's going.
It's you know what? Honestly, Kevin, man, I don't want to say. I know we're in Revelations. I know fire and brimstone. I know Sodom and Gomorrah, baby. That's all I'm gonna say. We're in Revelations, man. It can happen tomorrow or it can happen in 100 years. But somebody upstairs ain't happy. Just look at this weather. It's 18 degrees today. It's gonna be 60 degrees on Friday.
Right.
It's just they're telling us there's aliens out there now. Oumuamua come through, didn't even act like a comet or an asteroid, you know. Now this is what I like to talk about as well, besides sports. Just common everyday things, you know, vaccines, pop culture, whether it be rap music. I mean, we could talk about FBG Duck, we could talk about Nip, we can talk about the versus battle. I mean, there's so much that's the ability to be talked about, man. You know, they got into a fight at the versus battle, Bone and them the other day, you know, or we could talk, this is so much, you know. Patrick Mahomes, you know what I mean? He was a quarterback. Man. Why is Kansas City messing up? Because he's not doing what he's supposed to do as a quarterback anymore. You know, everything you want to do is side on him. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
once you stop winning, you know, they try to find anything to say, well, you're not doing nothing. But when he was throwing like that, it was working.
I think they figured him out. Also, too, there's these coaches moving. What are your thoughts on college coach Spencer Rattler?
Man, actually, I wish I was getting one of those contracts, but yeah, man, I mean, it's a business, like you said. Mm-hmm. Like we said from a bit, it's a business. You know, the transfer portal now, and then the kids getting sponsored, and
the players are getting a little bit of pay now, but the coaches are getting $7 million deals.
I mean, shoot, Bryce Young, the quarterback from Alabama, he's making $1 million right now, so off of endorsements.
And also, too, what are your thoughts on? Are you into crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, NFTs,
sure.
Blockchain?
I think that's the way to go. That and credit.
Now I'm learning more on my credit. I'm an older guy, but I messed up. The vital information that I'm learning now in my 40s, I should have learned when I was in my 20s. So by the time you get to my age, you'll be comfortable, baby. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be comfortable doing it right now. But for me, I'm starting now. Hell, I'll be 65 before, who knows, you know. Hopefully, I kind of mine crypto. Hope I can get one that's worth, $1 million.
I mean, you'll get something, man. It's so many out there that you can get and touch base with, and just, you know, you just get a little share of something. Just get a little share here, a little share there. It'll build up. You just build up your portfolio over time, man.
Also, what piques my interest is real estate.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean, you have to have some equity. I'm telling you what. But for me, I'm kind of two sides on that, honestly, Kev. For me, I'm free. I ain't got no 30-year payment holding me down. I can move as I want. But then there's that generational wealth, that equity to give to my grandkids. Because if you look around here in Marion, where we're from, it's third and fourth generations.
Yep,
but then what people don't want to hear, there was no 40 acres and a mule. They gave the German and the Dutch and those English peasants and immigrants all this land. And then they didn't even know how to farm it. So we made these land grant colleges. Yeah, that's crazy stuff. So I'll cut it short. I get on rants about little stuff like that, but I want to welcome you to the show. I will want to bring you back, maybe when the season rolls back around, or even if we have some pop culture talks like we've been doing this last couple minutes. But I want to and welcome, thank Kevin Davis for coming to visit me today on the show.
Appreciate the love, man. Appreciate you.
Big time.
Show. Salute, man. We'll
always, bro. Hey, God bless you, man. I'll see you in the gym. You know what I'm saying? We'll still be getting it in. All right. I'll talk to you later, brother.
Good night.
Yes, sir.